So, hi parents and hi students. So, in this session, we are going to learn about integration. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pratik Vedant. I have completed my MSc in Physics from Central University, South India. I have secured All India rank 132 in CUET Entrance Exam 2021. Let's proceed. Basically, integration means area under the curve. So, by the definition, we can say integration means area under the curve. Here we are learning integration in the reference of physics, in the frame of physics. Okay. So what do you mean by area under the curve? Let's say let me draw the graphical system first. Then I will explain. Let's say this is a graph, two-dimensional graph. This is independent axis. This is dependent axis. So here on independent axis, I will represent variable. Okay, let's say f of x is a function. F of x is equals to x plus 2. It is a straight line, linear curve, right? So I will represent x here because x is the variable, x is the independent. That's why I have represented I have represented x on the horizontal axis. For dependent value, I can use here f of x. So let's say our graph is look like this, right? Because f of x is equals to. So here I can say that 2 is the intercept and it will intersect y-axis or vertical axis at point 2. So it will look like something like this. Okay. So here we have to calculate area under this curve like this. This is the area, right? We have to calculate all these values. Okay. So in case of integration, like how do we solve these questions? First of all, we draw smaller portion. Okay, in curve we draw smaller portion like this. This is the smaller portion. Next, I can say this is a kind of rectangle. Okay, well, if I am avoiding, like I am avoiding this smaller portion, then it is a rectangle. This point is x1, this point is x2. So this distance will be dx, right? This is dx. So if similarly, I can say this is the function, right? Y-axis or vertical axis represent function. So I can say that this is f of x. So here in this rectangle, we have length, which is equals to f of x. We have breadth, which is equals to dx. So for integration, we can say, sorry. So for area of this rectangle, I can say area of the rectangle, area of the rectangle, I can say length multiplied by breadth. So it will become f of x. In place of length, I can use f of x. In place of breadth, I can use dx. This is the area of the rectangle. Now, as you know that this bigger curve can be broken into smaller pieces, right? Smaller pieces of rectangle. So that's why, as this is a continuous vector, sorry, continuous system. That's why I can say area under the curve, area under the whole curve, whole curve is equals to integration. Integration means I can say continuous sum. Okay. As we know that summation is used in discrete sum and integration is used in continuous sum. Area of small rectangle, that implies integration becomes f of x dx. This is the integration. There are some standard value, there are some standard formula. We just have to remember all those things. We don't have to remember. Like if we keep practicing, then it will be easier. Okay, we don't have to remember. Now, integration is the two types. First one is indefinite, second one is definite. In case of indefinite integration or indefinite integral, we can say there is no boundary. There is no boundary. No boundary. Here, there is an extra term which is known as constant. But in definite integration, there is boundary and no constant. No constant. What is the meaning of boundary? Boundary means there will be an initial point and a final point. But in case of mathematics, they say, like, I am talking about integration in perspective to physics, with respect to physics. But in mathematics, they say initial point, they say lower point, sorry, lower limit, and this is upper limit. Now, let's do an example, then it will become easier. So, let's say solve indefinite for indefinite integral. Indefinite part, let's say f of x is equals to integrate f of x is equals to f of x dx for f of x is equals to x plus 2. Okay, so use that value f of x dx is equals to x plus 2 dx. Now I am separating x and 2, so it will become x dx plus 2 dx. There is a standard formula like x to the power and the integration of x to the power n dx is equals to x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. So here in this part, wait, here in this part, n is equals to 1. So I can say x 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1. That's all. Here, there is no x. So I can say x to the power 0. So here, 2 is a constant. So that's why 2 will be here. And x 0 plus 1 divided by 0 plus 1 plus c. C is a constant. So answer will be x square by 2 plus 2x. That's plus c. That's all. Now, what is the meaning of c? Basically, c represents this infinite area under this curve, right? As we know, in case of indefinite integration, there is no boundary. So, as there is no boundary, area will be infinite. So, to represent that infinite area, we use C. Simple, right? Next, we're going to solve definite integration. Same question. Just we have to set a limit. Let's say from 0 to 1, f of x dx. That's all. Okay. Now, this point is known as initial point. This is known as final point, right? Final point. Now, 0 to 1, x plus 2 dx. That's all. Now, let me draw this graph for you, then we'll solve it. Let's say this is the curve, this is the graph, and this is the curve. It will look like this, right? So, this is point 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So, for f of x is equals to x plus 2 when x is equals to 0, f of x is equals to 2. Obvious, right? X is equals to 1, f of x is equals to 3. That's all. So we need to calculate we need to calculate this much area only, this much. Okay, this much area only. Okay, so let me draw this picture correctly. Like, okay, now, so we have to calculate this much area. That's all. This much area. Okay. So basically, it will look like a trapezium. Now I'm going to use two methods. Like I will use two methods. First, your simple mathematics method. Then I will use integration method. Okay. So I'm going to calculate this area of this particular area. Okay. Now using mathematical method, normal mathematics. First, let me name this structure. Let's say this is A, this is B. We have to calculate this now. So this is C, this is D, this is E, right? So mathematical method, area of ECD triangle. So it will become half multiplied by base multiplied by perpendicular, right? So half base is equals to 1. This is 1, right? This is base. This is 1. So this is perpendicular. So this is also 1. So I can use 1 into 1 is equals to 1 by 2 unit square because there is no specific unit was mentioned like centimeter, meter and all. So I have used unit square because it represents area. Now area of ABCE rectangle is equals to length multiplied by breadth. That's all. Is equals to acha, this is this is breadth, right? This is breadth. Sorry, this is breadth. This is length, right? So in place of length, I can use 2. This is length. So in place of breadth, I can use this is breadth. I can use 1 is equals to 2 unit square. That's all. So total area of ABCDE trapezium. So total area of ABDE fraction is 2 plus half is equals to 5 by 2 unit square. That's all. Now we are going to use definite integral method. Same question. I have did all these things because to prove this one. We know the basic mathematics. Right now we are learning the advanced mathematics. So here I have tried to compare all those values. If they are equal, then we learn the right kind of things. Definite integral. So integration from 0 to 1 f of dx in place of f of x I can use x plus 2 dx. That's all. So here I can separate 0 to 1 x dx plus 0 to 1 2 dx. We know that in case of definite integral, we don't have to use constant. So as we know that integration of x is equals to x squared by 2. Here will be the initial point 0. Here will be the final point 1 plus 2x final point initial point. Now here we have to do one thing. First, put final point at the variable, then minus, then you have to subtract and put initial point at the variable. So first, I have to put final point 1 square by 2 minus initial point by 2 plus first put final point minus then put initial point. So answer will become 1 by 2 plus 2 minus 2. Minus 2 into 0 is equals to 1 by 2 plus 2 minus 0 is equals to 5 by 2 unit square. So basically, we have proved that this much value and this much value both are same. That's why uh, our definite integration concept is correct. Okay. So I think this is for today class. Thank you. Take care and bye bye.